Hello friends, welcome to SQL Practical Question video series. Here is another interesting question that I have received from one of the subscriber. In fact, this is a very good example to understand how we will get the functional requirement and how to convert such a functional requirement into a technical implementation. First, let me explain what is the question I have received. Then I will show you how I am going to approach this problem, and then I will show you how to implement this logic using SQL. Let's start understanding the question first. So we have a table contains a credit card information for one particular year. So there are two columns in this table. One is the transaction date and another is a transaction amount. So whenever there is a positive amount here, then that represents an incoming transfer or a deposit into the account. And wherever there is a negative amount here, that represents the credit card transaction. So the expectation is we need to compute the year-end balance. So a simple balance is nothing but a summation of all the transaction. But in this case, we need to compute the year-end balance with a fee included. So the fee is applicable based on three particular rules. The first rule is rupees 5 is applicable if there is no transaction in a month. The second rule is rupees 5 is applicable as a fee if the number of credit card transaction done is less than 3 transactions. And the third rule is the total amount spent in a particular month, if it is less than 100 rupees, then a credit card fee of 5 is applicable. So these are the three rules which is applicable. So based on these three rules, we need to compute the fee, and then we need to present the final year-end balance of this credit card transaction. So this is the expectation. Okay, let me first tell you what is the expected output. Then I will show you how to approach this problem technically. Then I will show you how to write a SQL to implement this functionality. The first thing is this transaction we just need to convert into a monthly aggregation. For example, in this case, in January, we have actually 5 transactions, 1 debit transaction and 4 credit transactions. So here is the 4 credit transaction, and the total amount of credit transaction is 94, and 1 deposit transfer is 1000. So in month March, there are total 5 transactions, out of which 2 are debit transaction. So that is like 2040, and there are 3 credit card transactions. So for a total of 145. So the number of credit card transaction is 3. Similarly, in the month of October, there are only 2 transactions, 1 credit transaction and 1 debit transaction. So the total number of credit transaction is 1. Fine. So now let us compute the fee based on the logic what I have mentioned just now. So the first thing is when the amount is less than 100, that is when the total amount spent in the credit card transaction is less than 100, then a fee of 5 is applicable. That's why for January month, even though we have done 4 credit card transaction, the total amount we spent in the credit card transaction is less than 100. So amount of 5 is applicable. In the month of March, we have actually done 3 transactions. Also the total amount is more than 100. So there is no fee applicable. That's why the fee is 0 for month of March. In the month of October, even though the total credit card transaction is 200, but we have actually done only 1 credit card transaction. So a credit card fee of 5 is applicable for the month of October. Remaining months, actually there is no transaction. Hence a credit card fee of 5 is applicable. So for whatever the month we have done the transaction, the total credit amount is, or the total fee applicable is 10. For the remaining month, that is from February, April, May, June, July, August, September, November and December, since we have not done any transaction, fee of 5 is applicable. Fine. So now the expectation is we need to find the total balance. So total balance is nothing but, so in this case for this there is a balance of 45. So the total balance is nothing but 2801 plus minus 45 plus the fee whatever here. So the actual expected output is 2746. So this is the expected output. So basically we need to implement a query to arrive the final credit card balance at the end of the year, or you can say the end of the year balance. So this is nothing but our total transaction balance plus fee we need to compute based on the logic. So the logic is very simple. We need to compute three things. One is the total credit card transaction and the total number of transactions. So based on these two combination, we need to arrive at the fee. Fine. Now let me show you that technically how I am going to implement. In fact, we can implement this in a multiple way. Let me show you one way of implementation, and I would suggest you to write it in multiple implementation. Let's start with the actual transaction table. So here is the actual transaction table. First, what I'm going to do, I'm going to extract the debit amount and the credit amount into two different columns, something like this, because this will help us to compute the total credit amount and total debit amount and the total number of credit card transaction, because our logic is basically based on the total credit amount and the total number of credit card transaction. So basically this we can aggregate based on the date, so that month wise we will get the total debit, total credit and the number of transaction. Now we have two options. Either we can compute the fee for rest of the month and then we can add it to this. Otherwise, we can add a dummy entry into this table so that our same SQL will be used to compute the fee structure. So based on this logic, like based on the credit card or based on the total credit and the number of transaction, obviously we will be able to compute the fee structure. We just need to use a simple case statement to check whether a total credit amount is less than 100 or if the number of transaction is less than 3. Either of the case, we need to put a fee of 5 rupees. Fine. For rest of the month, either we can compute separately, or what we can do, we can add some dummy entry into the actual table, or we can prepare a result such a way that the actual data and the dummy entry can be used, so that our same implementation will work for the full result set. So in this case, what will happen, for both debit and credit we will get a 0, and since if you are implementing the logic in the SQL, the logic will be applicable for this data also. By that way, for rest of the month, the total credit card transaction will be 0, also the number of transaction will be 0. So whenever the number of transaction is less than 3 or the total credit amount is less than 100, a fee of 5 is applicable. So now what we can do is we can just take the total debit amount and then we can take the total credit amount and then we can take the total fee. So the expected output is nothing but the summation of the total debit, total credit and the total fee. So this is the expectation. Fine. Now let me show you how to implement this logic in SQL. So I'm creating a table called transaction table and I'm just populating all this data into this table. So let us start from transaction table. Tran table. Right. So let me first select both these columns. So first what I'm going to do, I'm just going to display all the debit amount in one column and all the credit amount in another column. So for that I'm using the case statement. In fact, you can use the decode and sign function also. Anything should be fine. So I'm using a case so that it will be very simple to use. So I'm saying case when this column is greater than 0, then just display the amount end. So this would be our debit amount. So let me give alias as D amount. Okay, so let me just copy the same thing and let me put one more column. So whenever the amount is less than 0, let us call it as credit amount. Let me just give alias as C underscore amount. So now we have just extracted the D amount and the C amount, that is the debit amount and the credit amount in two different columns. So by default I'm printing a null, but I would suggest you to use the 0 instead of null, because whenever we are doing an arithmetical operation, in case if there is a null, arithmetical operation with null will always result in a null. So to avoid that, always use the 0 instead of null. So what we can do, I'm just using an else class here. Same thing I'm just using for the credit amount also. So by that way, we will get 0 wherever there was a null earlier. So I'm just copying the same thing and I'm just putting one more column for credit transaction. Okay, so instead of amount, I'm just putting 1. So the reason is I can just use this column to count the number of transactions. Fine. So we just extracted the debit amount, we extracted the credit amount, and just we populated one more column basically to count the number of transactions. Anyway, I'm not interested in printing the amount now, so I'm just removing that column. So now what I'm going to do, our intention is to convert the daily transaction into a monthly aggregation. So what we can do, let us just extract the month from here, from the date. So I am going to display both the numerical month and the string month, so that we can use the numerical month for ordering the thing, and the string we can use just for visualization or for better representation. So we just extracted the month. Let me just give alias as month. Yes, so we have got all this information. Now we just need to aggregate this information based on the month. So I'm just going to use the aggregate function sum on the debit amount, and here on the credit amount, and here on the total number of transactions. So by that way we will get the month-wise total debit amount, total credit amount, total number of credit transactions. So since we are using the aggregate function, let me put group by the remaining columns used in the select class. Let me just use both these functions. So now if you see, let me just put order by the month. So now if you see, we just aggregated the given information into a total debit amount, total credit amount, and total number of credit card transactions. So now our expectation is to implement our functional logic. So functional logic is very simple. So whenever the total credit card amount is less than 100, or if the number of transactions is less than 3, then a fee of 5 is applicable. So let us use again the case statement. I'm saying case when. So here is our total credit card transaction. I'm saying case when this is less than 100. Since I'm using less than 100, let me just put absolute here, because I can just omit this signage here. So I can say case when this is less than 100, or the second condition is if the number of transaction, so here is our number of transaction, that is number of credit transaction, is less than 3, then minus 5 is 0. Let me put in, let me give alias as fee. So now if you see, wherever the total credit amount is less than 100, or if the number of transaction is less than 3, for example in this case the amount is less than 100, in this case the number of transaction is less than 3. So for those month I'm just putting a fee of minus 5. For remaining month we are just putting a fee of 0. Okay, so this query will work for the transaction or for the transaction that is available in the table, but there are a month where there is no transaction. So there are two options. One, we can compute that separately and then add it together here. Otherwise what we can do, we can just put some dummy entry into this result set, so that the same query will work for computing the fee for the remaining months also. So now let me just show you how to put a dummy entry for all these months. In fact, you can put a dummy entry for all the month or for the month where there is no transaction. So let me just put a dummy entry for all the month, because it doesn't matter, anyway we are aggregating. If the data is already there, the 0 will just get added. So let us just put a dummy entry saying that for every month we'll put one entry with the credit amount as 0. So there are 12 months, so let us just put 12 entries. So I'm just writing a query to just print 12 record. So very simple connect by class. So I'm just using a level. So let me just convert this into month. So this will just give a date, one for each month. Then I am putting 0. So now this is our dummy entry. That is, for every month we are just putting a dummy entry of a credit amount of 0. Now I am just going to add this string or this query as part of the actual data. So this is our actual data. As part of this, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a union all, and then I'm just going to put this query. So that now if you see, let me just execute only the inner query. So now if you see, the inner data is nothing but our actual data plus the dummy data. So by that way, we will have an entry for all these months. Now if you execute the actual query will get executed and gives the fee for all the month, because we just put a dummy entry here. Since we put a dummy entry of 0, the number of credit card transaction is 0, and in fact the amount is also 0. Obviously the fee of 5 is applicable. Otherwise also you can compute this separately and then add it to the actual output. Fine. So let me just remove this part of this query. Anyway, we are not interested. Fine. Now we just got the data. So now what we are interested is only the debit amount, credit amount and the fee. So let me just copy this column. So let me make the entire thing as inner query, and I'm saying select these things from the actual query. Right. So now we got all these information. So let me use the summation of debit amount, summation of credit amount and summation of fee. So now if you see, we just got the summation of total debit amount, summation of total credit amount and summation of the fee, what we have computed based on the logic. Now we just need to add all these things together. Yeah, so now we got the actual output. But one thing we need to keep it in mind, whenever you are doing the summation, make sure that you don't have a null value. Otherwise, a null with an arithmetical operation will result in a null value. So handle that using the appropriate null related functions. So here is our final query. Let me give you a quick recap of what we have discussed. So here is our actual table, which we are selecting from the actual table here. Select star from the tran table. And then we introduce the dummy record here. So here is our dummy record. So for that we wrote a simple query to get a dummy entries here. So the actual data plus the dummy data forms our total records. And then what we are actually did is we computed the total debit amount using a simple case, and then we aggregated. So in fact that is what is the total debit amount. Similarly, we computed the total credit amount using a very simple case expression, and then we aggregated. So this is our total credit amount. And then what we have did is we implemented the actual logic here to compute the fee structure. So whenever the number of transaction is less than 3, or whenever the total credit card transaction is less than 100, we are computing the fee as 5. So that is what we are using in the case statement here, and then we aggregated, and this is what our fee structure here, right? And finally what we have actually did is we have actually took a total summation of the total debit amount, similarly summation of a credit amount, and then the summation of all the fee whatever we have computed, and finally we have took a total of the total debit amount, total credit amount and the fee structure, and this is our final result set, and this is our final expected result. If you want any questions to be answered, you can post it in the comment section or you can drop to this mail ID. But before that, you can check whether a similar question has already been posted as part of subscriber question series or as part of the interview question series. If you're not able to find your question here, please write back to me. I'll be happy to record and post a new video. If you have learned something new, please like this video, subscribe and stay tuned for new feature video, interview question, SQL practical question, concept videos and performance tuning videos. And thanks a lot for watching these videos. Please click the bell icon if you want to receive instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded into this channel. Thank you.